The PDF downloads of the African Dialogues, Volumes 1 and 2, are in the links below the description of this video. Charles. Regarding the thinking that a book can guarantee or validate one's real awareness, it's curious to see how firmly convinced people are that someone must be telling the truth if they swear on the Bible, the Koran, or any other holy book. You find pastors and priests whose claim to truth is carrying along their holy book and quoting it from cover to cover. Presidents are supposed to swear on the Bible when taking their oath of office, that their actions will be guided by the fear of God. Regarding the new books you have written, with the backing of the real guides and the all is, can we swear on them, or swear by them, as people and their truth seems to be verified by swearing on holy books? Is it high time we started swearing on the new books in this same way? Duane responds, "That's a little bit humorous. I'm sure many people swear about the new books, or at them, or whatever, and we have had some interesting comments, but no, that's ritualism, including the Bible thing in the courtroom, where you swear to tell the truth. What is the truth? Everybody has their own truth. Nowhere do I specify the new books as representing truth, as these are references, like a reference book. This is how subtle these things are, where all of a sudden the world controllers have done this to where people swear on the Bible, so they can use that as their medium to control others. That's the whole idea. It's all about control. But it looks like a good thing, how they carry their Bibles, and it's the holy book, etc. Really, the Bible is a book of taplining. It's a book of restrictions. People don't see that because they're emotionally attached, and their emotions blind them. Like the old saying, love is blind. It's talking about the emotional love people have, the sensations that they create. I would not refer to any of this stuff, as it's so ridiculous, and you see what it's come to where it gets into sacrifices. Many of these religious people and the church have been caught, etc. They started this stuff. All the kidnapping, torture, and eating of children, because they are reptilian. It all comes to this. It takes a step at a time, and so them giving the Bibles to the public makes it look like something that it's not. They're very good at that, like GMO food, and how it will save the world when they know it destroys things. It's not about saving or feeding the world. It's about control and wanting to control people. Like the 5G network coming up. It's not about having more information. You're going to be more controlled and more harmed. The world is full of marketing ploy. Paul wrote things a particular way at the time. He combined many things and used the spiritual and God idea, because that was the first step. That's all. That was very elementary stuff, and he knew that. That was just the first part, and so the idea was that if you need some help, open up the book somewhere and read a paragraph or a chapter, and you will find your answer there. All of us are in the same life. Life is everywhere. It's just a recognition, and you can do that with the books. I don't really refer to truth. The books are my experiences, and at the same time bringing in the adventure of life also. Recognizing what life is, but bringing the adventure in to each person's particular lifestyle is the idea of the books. books, also as a reference and something to understand, until the person can stand on their own, like the real guides, to where there is no more of that. You don't need any more of that, and you're a free being of real light, and you recognize your real position, and that's a heck of a course to go through. No way would I even consider any of the swearing on books nonsense, because it's all ritualism, and as soon as people agree to that, they get tap-lined. Tap-lined as soon as they go into the courtroom and swear on the Bible. And I'm not saying not to, because if you're in the courtroom, you may have to play the game, because it's all a game, and it's seeing it from that perspective. This is where you are conscious effect, and you learn to deal with it. You don't run and hide from it. You confront it, and you see that it is nothing, and then you're not controlled by it. People are afraid to come out of their shells, because they think this or that, and that fear holds them. But instead, they could just simply confront these things. All of creation is simply that. It's just something created out of nothing. But at the same time, we need it to pivot from, to eventually recognize the real universes. The books that I've written refer to the real universes, and the Bibles and other things don't. They're just a bunch of rules, regulations, and sound good things, which can apply. You can be a better person because of that, but that still doesn't get you 1 inch off the earth. You're still one-dimensional for the most part, and you still haven't recognized the real universes. So how are you going to free yourself? All these ideas about a book and words, and sacred words, etc., where they are all just the same words. I'm being very honourable and honest when I'm telling everyone these are just references, I'm just rearranging the words so people have a reference that makes sense with the whole of life. All the swearing on Bibles and such is ritualism, and that's specified to intimidate people. All the harsh lifetimes we've all been through, and right now it's a little more calm, but still there are wars, killings, and kidnappings. You have to understand all the lifetimes we've come through, where we were persecuted to believe, and if we didn't, we were killed, destroyed, had our heads chopped off, tortured, etc. This carries on into future lifetimes, to where most people have all this fear, oppression, and tyranny, and everything else. And all of a sudden, here they are, in the next lifetime. They have forgotten the last one, but they still carry all that with them, and now they will more so comply with the system, because they know somewhere in the back of their mind, you might say, that they've been tortured and killed before, and they don't want to go through it again. So now comes the challenge with the new presentation, and we're showing people how to free themselves, but the fear is how the system will destroy them if they don't agree. Well, yes, that's the chance you take, and we all do, including me, and that's just how it is here in creation. Or you stay stuck here with the controllers, and you keep agreeing with them because of your fear and the tap lining. It's a huge challenge to get through. Again, I don't cater to any ritualism. I cater to having a fun adventure and doing something to where you become more aware and self-sufficient, not restricted and keeping agreeing to the same old system you have for lifetimes. Each person must decide that for themselves.